Hello, Internet. Welcome to Making Money. My name's Eric, and this is your Daily Dollar, our financial segment where I give you one lesson every day to help you reach your money goals and make money and do stuff with money, all that fun stuff. So, you've got a job. And for some reason or another, you want to get out of your job. You may not like the company, you may not like the role that you're in anymore, you might have another job that you just really are interested in moving into. Regardless, you don't want to be in the job that you're in anymore. What do you do? Today's lesson is how to move out of your current role, what to consider when doing so. We're actually going to go over 6 things to consider and put together when you are looking to move out of your role. This is a very interesting topic in my opinion because it can be a very scary thing to do. A lot of times when we're moving out of a role, it's into something, either brand new or it's out of the safety of a company that we've worked for a while, or it's into a brand new industry that, we've never touched before, and it could be, completely different than anything we've done. Reinventing yourself in your job role can be very hard and it can be a scary process. So we're going to come up with some ways that you can kind of look at it and consider what to do next. That's today's lesson. So, number 1, first thing to consider when moving out of your role. What don't you like about your role? What is it that you are not a big fan of? Is it the company that you're currently working for? Do they not align with you, your values, how you think? Is it your industry? Do you just want to get into something new? Is it your role? Maybe you've been doing the same job for a while and you don't really have much of a growth opportunity and you just want to get out of where you are. Whatever the situation is, identify what you don't like about it. This is big, and when I say identify it, write it down. Give it a name. Identifying what we don't like will allow us to make sure that when we do make that move, we don't move into a job that has those same issues. Otherwise, you're just going to be in the same situation a little later on. This will help you make a smart move and something that'll stick much better. On the other hand, we also want to determine what we do like about the role. There's gonna be things that we like and don't like, and taking into consideration both is gonna be helpful in determining what job we move into, or what company we work for, what industry. It may help us, redetermine or refigure our first intentions too. Maybe we do want to stay at the current company. Maybe we like the company. We think it over and say, yeah, I actually do want to stay here. It's just, I don't want to be in my job. I want to do something else. Or maybe we do want to move to another company, but we've liked certain things about our current role. Write all of that down. Make sure you understand what it is you do and do not like. Again, this will help us when we pick our job and figure out what we're going to be doing next. I mentioned aligning values with the company that we work for, our employer. If they don't have an aligned value, obviously that's going to be an issue where we butt heads. But this is a spot where you want to consider your values. We've talked about values a ton in the past. Identifying what's core to you, what's important to you, will also help you with identifying what kind of job will work better for you. Are you a problem solver? Do you like puzzles? Do you prefer, working with, people individually? Are you more of a team person? Are you looking for a good work-life balance? What is core to who you are? This is going to be very important too, because anytime we look for a job, we want to find something that matches with us, not only on, our likes and dislikes, our interests, but on a very deep level, because we're going to be doing this job hopefully for a while and at least spending a lot of time each day at our job. So make sure it's something that is well connected to you. Next, your strengths, your skills. You are good at certain things. This is the time where you should be identifying what you're good at. Because if you are moving into a new job, you're definitely going to want to be a job that, you've got skills in. This is also a great opportunity to identify where you have skill gaps. If you have a job in mind that you want to move into, you might identify, to do that job, I really need this certificate, or I need to have these skills, and I really don't have that in my current role. You can start filling in some of those gaps with, online accreditations. certificates, LinkedIn learnings, all of this kind of background work to start filling in the gaps to prepare yourself for a move to the new role. If you're not quite sure what you want to move into next, then consider the next point, and that is researching jobs. Whether you know exactly what you want to move into or you're still not quite sure, you want to research what's available. One, to know what jobs are actually on the market. We might assume that certain jobs are going to be, oh yeah, that'll be an easy job to get. When we start looking, it might be harder. On the other hand, even if we know exactly what we want to move into, we might not know what company we want to work for, or, if, the requirements are different than what we think they are. This is the part where you really want to start digging into what's available, what are they looking for in people, and who's looking for people, what companies out there. Research here is going to be big, and this is going to take a little time. The final point that we're going to talk about is kind of pulling this all together. You want to have a plan. Come up with a defined plan for your move out of your position. You want to make sure that you have a safety net set up before you jump out of your role. You might want to get out of there right away. Yes, your timeline might be pushed, but you don't want to leave your job until you have something set up. So start culminating all of this information, your likes, your dislikes, your values, what you're good at, your skills, your skill gaps, what job it is that you want to move into, where you want to move into it, why you want to move into it, what's available and what they're looking for. And then figure out, okay, I'm going to look at these companies, these are the kind of jobs I want. I'm going to fill in these skill gaps by getting these, accreditations or taking courses, whatever the situation may be. And then once I have that information, I'm going to start applying to these companies because they match well with my values and there's room for growth in them. And then once I have applied and gone through the interview process, then I've got something that I can possibly move into. I'm going to accept that position, then give my 2 weeks notice and move out of my job into that role. I know that's a lot, but the process of moving from one job to another is a lot. I mean, it's not a small move. In a lot of cases, this is a big, important decision, and it can be tough to make. So if you are considering making the move, please think about these 6 things. If you are in the process of moving, best of luck to you. I hope the new job is something that's more aligned with what you want to do. If you are reinventing yourself into a brand new role, best of luck. It can be very difficult, but extremely rewarding. So good luck to all of you on your moves. I hope you guys like this lesson. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. If you are, feel free to subscribe. I always appreciate it. I'm interested, if you are thinking about moving, what kind of job are you in? What kind of job are you thinking of moving to? Leave that in the comments below. You can always hit me up on Twitter, link in the description, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another lesson. Have a good one, guys.